What is going on, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Huddle Within podcast. If it's your first time tuning in, if you've been here from the start, thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Huddle Within. We've reached 30 episodes, which is a massive milestone, and your support has been greatly appreciated. And those that have been listening in have definitely motivated me to keep on going, as this is a quite new podcast, as you can probably tell. We talk about a different range of topics and sports, which has been quite phenomenal. We've had many fans, friends of mine. We've had different types of guests, and it's been, I guess, a hell of a journey to get to 30. And we're not slowing down. We're going to continue to build up episodes every single Wednesday, and I guess try to talk about sports as much as we can on a deeper level, but also on that fun level as well. We most recently had the start of the NFL season, which was really exciting. The Saints did lose their first week, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we bounce back in next week's game. The AFL finals have begun. Collingwood got up. And to those 108 fans on my TikTok that said that we were going to lose and we're all nuffies, we hit the nail on the hammer, or the hammer on the nail for that matter. I always sometimes for some reason say nail on the hammer, and proved most people wrong, especially Adrian, who did say that losing Rankin was a 4-goal turnaround. When we lost to them by 3 points, we did beat the Crows by exactly 4 goals. So that was quite remarkable. And maybe it was a fluke. Maybe we were nuffies. Who knows? But again, we were proven right. And the Pies are going to a prelim. They're going to be taking on Gold Coast or the Brisbane Lions, which is quite exciting. And hopefully we can get that 17th. But I went to see Geelong in person and they look pretty strong. So quite worried about them. But again, AFL is ramping up and NFL is ramping up and NBA starts next month. And we're on the international break for the Premier League. So it's given us a bit of a break to sort of digest other sports. But again, as you can tell, I love my sports, and it's been great speaking about all those different types of sports as well. For episode 30, which of course is a special episode, we had to bring on a very special guest, our first athlete on the podcast, which is great as well. Professional footballer Noah Botic, from the time of this recording, is currently in the Socceroos team. He hopefully will play tonight against New Zealand. He didn't play the first game, but he's about to play in the second game, hopefully, as the Socceroos take on New Zealand, the All Whites. And by the time this recording gets uploaded and onto Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, you'll be able to obviously find out the result, whether Noah gets his debut or scores a hat-trick. At the time of this interview, he wasn't selected for the Socceroos, so we didn't speak about it. The interview was done about a few weeks back, and this was even before the Pies even made it to the prelim, and also, unfortunately, before we found out that Western United will officially not be participating in the A-League this season, potentially not even the NPL next season, which is quite sad, but it still seems as though they're keeping their club and their youth if they do decide to stay. So it's a bit of a loss, but we do speak about that, and we dive into all things Western United. We dive into all things Austrian, his new team that he signed for, and also his personal life, especially his faith as well. And that's where I did meet Noah. I met him in my local parish here. And we became good friends, and I managed to get him on the podcast to talk all things Noah Botic. So I guess without further ado, enjoy the listen, and I will catch you guys after. Cheers. Welcome to the Huddle Within podcast, where we go beyond the surface to uncover the real impact of sports on our lives, whether it's lessons of resilience, the passion that fuels us, or the stories that connect us all. This is where the game gets personal. I am Daniel, a regular sports fan just like you, and together we'll explore what sports truly means beyond the surface. So step right into the huddle and let's get into it. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Huddle Within podcast. I'm so excited to introduce my guest for today, none other than Mr. Noah Botic. What's going on, mate?
Nothing much, man. What's going on with you? Thanks for having me. Can't wait
No.
to get started.
No, no worries. I'm good. I'm good down here in Melbourne. How's up there in Vienna? It's currently what, 10 a.m. there at the moment?
10 a.m.,
Yeah,
10:14 to be exact. But
yeah,
no, it's good. It's the weather's a lot more better than Australia is right now. Man,
yeah.
I've seen some videos. It's been raining constantly every day and stuff, and here it's been nice and sunny, man. 25 degrees, 30 degrees. So I'm living here, man.
Love it. And
It's
how
been
how was
good.
um how was the settle in and stuff?
Yeah, good. So been pretty good. Just moved into my apartment for the last 2 weeks and stuff like that, buying furniture and whatnot, just getting settled in. My mum was down here to help me sort of with that being a new country. You know, it's not easy. You know, you gotta have that financial sort of help and company with you and stuff. And I feel like my mum is just the best at that. So, um, it's been good. Got a little area close to the city, close to where I train. So just it's perfect. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. You're telling me off camera how you're sort of traveling to and from training, man. I'd love for you to let that out in
Yeah.
the public.
It's because I'm new and stuff like that, and everything's so much like more closer. If it was a city like Melbourne, then fair enough, I'd get a car. But like in Vienna, it's everything's within like with a train, especially like 20 minutes of each other. So it's so like compact, tight, close, and especially me being 10 minutes with a car, got a scooter.
Nice.
So, and I see so many people with scooters and bikes and stuff like that. A couple of our teammates have scooters, and I've asked them about it, and they go, "Yeah, man, it's like it's good, it's the best." Even some other players have said, "Oh, you don't even need the car, just because." Yeah, and they've got cars as well, and they go,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's not necessary because everyone just uses public transport or uses a
Yes.
scooter, so it'll take 10 to 15 minutes at the
For
same
sure.
time with a car to get the training, and then to the city, I'll just it's like two, three, four stops to the city with a
Yeah.
train, and it takes another 10 minutes as well. So it's
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 quite
yeah,
easy.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's quite easy. It's easy.
for sure. Do you ever like when you pull up with the scooter, you see someone else coming from another direction and your teammates sort of just
A
wave
little
at them?
bit, a couple
Yeah.
of times, because I get in early, as early as kind of I'm feeling at the time. Then I kind of go past some people and I'll ride in. And the first day when I did get it, people were like, "Oh, sorry about that." People were like smiling and laughing at me. They're going, "Oh, you finally got a scooter and stuff like
Yeah.
that." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so much easier. It's better." Um, but now I've had it for a couple of times, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're used to me seeing on it now." So
Nice.
yeah, it's enjoyable.
For sure, for sure. And how do you find the city of Vienna? Is that your first time you've been there?
Properly, like, yes. I think I can't remember when I was younger, when I was 8 or 9 years old. I went on a family trip with mum, dad, brother, and my grandpa from my mum's side.
Mhm.
I think it was like 2.5 months or something. So we just went all around Europe.
Nice.
Um, and I can't remember if we stopped in Vienna and like stayed here or if we drove through. Um, but I think I remember it being one of the two. So then properly not staying here uh, until then. So this is the first time properly staying here and properly seeing it. But I can't remember much of it because it's like 17 years ago.
Hmm.
So like the memory's not there. Um, But yeah, first time properly seeing the city. I've been out a couple of times walking through the cities and stuff. Like the first when I first got into the city center area, um, I thought, where's a I didn't know like what station to sort of get off at, and I saw one with like a cathedral, and it was like kind of in the center of the city. So I was like, yeah, might as well go there and check that out.
You're talking about St. Stephen's Cathedral, the one in the center?
Yes,
Yeah, I've been
yes,
there. How nice is it? It's really nice,
it's
eh?
unreal, man. It's
Yeah.
so nice. Like the stairs that you take to go up, and it's just kind of like right in front of your face.
Yeah. Yeah. From the
So
station, yeah,
nice.
you turn around, it's there.
Exactly. It's so
Yeah.
nice. Like I wasn't expecting because it was a day where I was going to church
Hmm.
into the city, not at that church, but it was like a Croatian church, just maybe a 10 minute walk from there. So I was like, um, I'll get off at this station and then went up, saw it, and I was like, that's unreal. So many people there, just tourists and stuff, taking photos, and I thought this
Yeah,
is so nice. It was a good day as well, like blue
of course.
skies. It
Yeah.
was so nice. But yeah, city's beautiful, man.
Did you go
Beautiful.
inside the cathedral as well?
I did. I did a
Yeah.
couple times. Uh, it was so nice. The thing was, there was a couple like construction, like scaffolding, sort of
Yeah.
in there and stuff like that, which took away a bit of that beauty and
Yeah.
stuff like that, which was a bit disappointing. Um, like because with the photos and stuff, like there's like a blocked off area at the front of the
Yeah.
church, and you've got the
Okay.
mass and stuff in behind.
Yeah.
So people are taking photos from behind that gate, and then you can
Hmm.
see like the scaffolding's just right there, and I'm just like, that's not really
Yeah.
what you want in a
Yeah.
church, but it is what it is.
Yeah, when I went to Barca, there was actually scaffolding at the front, and what
Mm.
like tripped me out was that there was like a massive Samsung billboard in front of the church. I'm talking the
Really?
Barcelona Cathedral when I went 3 years back. I haven't got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
photo, but maybe I'll show you after the call. But they literally had like the Samsung Galaxy like advertisement right in front, which was like crazy. I'm not sure whether the church
Really.
did it or whether it was the building company. Yeah, I'm not
But
joking.
that's what I mean. Like, especially
Yeah,
in front of a church and stuff,
yeah,
you'd be thinking, yeah, no, there's
yeah.
something going on
It's
here.
great.
It doesn't
Yeah,
seem
it's
right.
crazy. Well, we're going into that direction of church, and it was something that I
Yeah,
wanted to speak out in your faith. And not obviously off camera, we met through the church in our parish in our
that's
community,
correct.
and
That's correct.
just wanted to say sort of, I guess, have you found your church? You talked about the Creation Church, and how's that sort of going?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I've got a Croatian church. I used to go when I was back in Sydney with my family. I don't
Mhm.
speak a lot of Croatian. Like, I understand very bits of it, small bits of it, but like long conversations.
Yeah,
I've got no idea, man. Like,
yeah,
it's never really grew up speaking the language. I did when I
for
was
sure.
younger, but then kind of fell out of it. Um, and then my dad, he looks up like all these sort of different researches about
Yeah.
churches and stuff I can attend and stuff like that. I was like, might as well go to this one. Um, so when my mum was here, went together a couple times and stuff like that, and then she also looked up a church that was like an English church, which I was like,
Hmm.
all right, I might as well
Yeah.
go see that. I haven't been to that, but she went to that. I think it was about a week ago.
Hmm.
So she experienced that, and it was a nice church. Like she took
Yeah.
some photos on the outside. Like it was really nice inside. It was big as well. So whenever I get the chance for my next mass or whatever, I'll probably go to that.
Nice.
Just because for me it's easier, like to understand the
For
verses and
sure.
the speaking and stuff like that, so I can take on that information.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. But I do like the creation churches as well, like the with the songs and stuff and the hymns when the priest sings the
Yeah.
prayers and stuff like that. It's really sort of just calming and yeah, just so holy.
Yeah.
It's really holy and wholesome about that. So
For
it's
sure.
but yeah, so
Is it in
yeah, that's
Croatian?
the
Like,
the
do they
first
have?
one, the Crow Missa, the Crow like church.
Yeah, do they speak Croatian? Because obviously it's in
Yeah,
Austria, they
yeah.
speak German. Do they have Croatian and German services?
In that specific one, it is a Croatian church
Okay, so it's
because
just
because
solely
because
Croatian.
yeah, it's solely
Yeah.
Croatian because Croatia is like pretty much right next to Austria, borders
Yes.
Austria,
Yeah, makes sense.
and Vienna's like closer to that sort of border. Like Zagreb's only like 3 4 hour drive.
Okay,
There's like a massive community here in
for
Croatia, man.
sure.
In
Yeah.
Vienna, sorry. Um,
Yeah.
like when I went out like to the city, you can always hear like every 3 or 4 people that you're walking past are speaking Croatian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's massive here. So um, yeah, it's good to sort of. My dad keeps telling me like, "I'll get around the people and stuff like that." It's
Yeah.
hard to when I don't know the language
Of
and
course. Yeah.
I'm by myself and I'm new to this and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, it's really cool to sort of
Yeah.
see that
Oh,
stuff.
for
So
sure. Yeah, I guess
yeah,
it keeps you kind of close to sort of your roots and your nation, which is always good.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Like
you.
it would help if I did speak Croatian and stuff, but I'm
Yeah.
just like it's not easy, man.
Yeah.
It's not
But
easy.
you already got German to learn, and I know that you're pretty decent in German from what you've told me. So
A little bit,
how's your German
a
been
little bit.
since?
since I've picked up again a bit of it. Like I've remembered since what 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, but even in that like 2 year period where I did learn it, um, like it wasn't like heaps. It was just like to get by. Like
Hmm.
even long conversations, I still have no idea. Like it's the
Yeah.
short ones that I can get by. Like the hello, how you doing, blah blah blah. And then sort of just going around outside the city, ordering stuff, asking
Hmm.
for directions to certain places and stuff like that. So I can get through that.
Hmm.
Uh, but then the long conversations, like
Of course.
um, when we had a meeting with like UA, like FIFA and stuff. They come to each teams and they tell
Yeah.
us about the regulations and rules before the season starts. And obviously that was in German. And I'm just like, I'm like they had a video and stuff like that, like a projector screen on the you know on the projector talking about certain things. So some things would be in English
Yeah.
because it's FIFA and it's universal language for every team and stuff, but they'd be speaking in German.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, and it was a thick German accent, sorry. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there like just
What's going on?
no idea.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I
I
have
can
no
imagine.
idea what this guy's talking
Yeah.
about, man. I'm
Oh,
baffled and
that's
stuff.
good.
Like, so I had like someone sort of telling me what he was saying, which helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was funny. But
Yeah.
yeah,
They relatively speak pretty good English. I know in Germany and
yeah,
Austria, which is good
no,
and
they
it
do,
does help. The
they
German
do.
language just always makes me laugh because it just reminds me of remember that video, very viral video of like Germans when like each language has sort of a similar word. Like if you got it in French, ambulance, Spanish in ambulance, the same,
Yes,
English in ambulance, and then what is called it's a something Shufflewagen or something in German
in
that's like
German,
completely different.
Krankenwagen.
Krankenwagen, and everything else is just like similar to
Krankenwagen.
ambulance.
The literal translation is sick wagon.
Sick wagon, there you
And
go.
then you got
So
every other country just saying ambulance, ambulancia, or,
yeah.
something like this. And then you got German, it's just going in the complete opposite
Yeah,
direction. And I'm just like,
I,
oh,
I can.
sure, you do you, man, but
Yeah,
it
it's
is
quite
what it is.
different, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and how you finding your time, sort of being in there, obviously with new teammates, new culture, obviously an improvement from, I guess, your playing career being in Europe and whatnot. So how you finding sort of that transition as well?
Good,
Yeah.
good, funny, good. I mean, I'm used to it from when I was in Germany. Obviously, it was different back then because the area of Hoffenheim was a lot smaller. Like it
Hmm.
was like only a couple thousand people living in that village and stuff, so not many people spoke English. Where you could get by and stuff. Not many players as well spoke English, so you can't really interact with them as much. So here it's a lot more better. Like it's a bigger city, a lot more people speak English, so you can get by. A lot of the players speak English. They're really uh, welcoming. They're helpful with me, sort of uh, getting used to the environment and stuff like that. Situating here, helping with bank accounts and stuff like that. Helping with the area, and he's letting like some players are letting me know if you ever need anything, just let me know, and I'm just like, oh,
Sure,
that's good to know. That's what you want from like your teammates,
of
especially
course,
being a new player, come from Australia and stuff like that. You want somebody to put their hand out and stuff like that, and offer a helping hand whenever it may be, which is nice. Uh, the football side of things, it's because it's a new club. It's always going to be tough to sort of find your footing straight away because new environment, new style of play, sort of. So you got to sort of new players. You got to get used to the players, understand how they play, and you can sort of be on the same wavelengths and stuff like that. Um, but as a team, the football itself, it's not been the best. Like we got knocked out in the cup in the first round. Unfortunately, we got knocked out of the Conference League qualifiers, which was just 2 days ago.
yeah,
Unfortunately, by one goal. I think it was like 5-4 aggregate.
yeah,
Um, and then in the season, we've got a draw and then a loss in the first two games. So it's not been the best of starts, but it's still early on in the season, so hopefully we're able to turn things around. You know what I mean? So it's yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think you had a pretty decent off season or preseason, I would say. A few goals under your name, so that's also good to have getting the confidence forward. So I
Yeah,
think,
exactly.
yeah, how you feel about obviously getting those goals early on, and how's your body looking at the moment? How's preseason? I know preseason is maybe probably more intense, but not as long as I guess the A League was. So yeah, how did you
Yeah,
feel kind of going into a summer preseason as well?
going into this summer preseason, it was when I first got here and first started playing. Like I was knackered
Yeah,
because like I had so much. I had how long was it? Like a good month, like 3 to 4 weeks where I was just back in Australia. I wasn't sort of training or anything. I was just resting, like resting my body, because I'm just like I felt like I needed it and stuff, which was really good. And then when I came here, like I feel like personally the intensity of the sessions compared to Australia are the same. Um, if anything, in Australia, I feel like it's a bit more running. Like usually after each session, we'll do like a 2 kilometer run at like 8 minute tempos. Like, and it's just like around in circles and stuff like that. So in Austria, they don't do a lot of that, a lot of testing and stuff like that. But their sessions are still intense. Like, but yeah, preseason was good. Played some games. I think I got 45 minutes against Hertha Berlin, which was good. Had a couple of chances. The keeper put off some unbelievable saves, man. Like it was heartbreaking. But then we had another game against a third division side. I think we ended up beating them 6-0. Scored 2 goals there. Which was good just to get off the mark and stuff like that. A couple goals, and then first official goal was in that cup game when we lost the first round,
yes, yes,
um, which was a header, which was the first goal, which was nice. Unfortunately, we did lose that, but it is what it is. And now the preseason was good. Again, it was so much more short. I mean, like it was
yeah,
compared to Australia, it's 16
yeah,
weeks in Australia, 15,
yeah. Tell
16
me about
weeks.
that preseason, please.
And it's just long, man.
Yeah,
Like you feel like it's never gonna end.
yeah,
You feel like it's a season in itself,
yeah,
which is just insane. And here it's only like 5, 6 weeks. Like I've told a couple of the players how long the preseason and stuff is over there, and they just look at me like first they think I like, are you joking?
yeah,
And then they see I'm not joking, and they're like, are you serious?
yeah,
And I'm like, yeah. And there's
yeah.
16 weeks, and they go, that's
That's got to be
that's
the longest
that's
preseason,
insane.
right?
I think it
In
is.
yeah, in the whole
And
like football divisions across the world.
honestly, like I feel like it's even in any sport.
Yeah, could be. That's it. 16 weeks is a long
Honestly,
time.
honestly. So I won't be surprised if it is. But it's
Yeah.
bro, and by the end of the 16 weeks, some players would either like their bodies would break down as well
Mm,
because it's just that long.
yeah.
So it's yeah, I don't get
Yeah.
it, but I'm happy to be in playing in Europe where the preseason's 5 to 6 weeks now. I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
it's so much more better. Like the season's already
Yeah, it's
underway, and
exactly.
Australia is still another 2 months away.
Yeah,
So
I find that with probably Australian football, it's very predicated on sort of fitness and intensity, because obviously it
mhm,
does lack a bit of the ball skill as well. And I think in
yeah,
contrast to sort of Europe, a lot of the focus is sort of on ball playing and moving the ball, but that's also comes with that sort of intensity. I think that's
yeah,
very
sure,
valuable, and I think personally that's where I think, and you don't have to comment on it, is where we sort of missed the mark in how we kind of approach pre-seasons and whatnot. Because I find as though that if you're moving the ball, and this is me as a coach as well, if you're moving the ball in trainings and you're focused on sort of the intensity with running with the ball, it's a very different fitness to sort of just running track. Like I do marathon runs and I still
yeah,
gas
hundred
out
percent.
playing in my state league football. So I can definitely see the sort of difference. And I'm sure in Germany, oh not in Germany, sorry, in Austria, even Germany as well, but in Austria where you're playing, mainly the main focus is that ball playing intensity and sort of moving the ball, getting as many touches as you can and sort of working in sort of that environment.
Yeah, of course it is hundred
Yeah.
percent. Like the difference with Austria and Germany as well is like I've spoken to some people, like even he told me in Germany they do a lot more running, and I can
Hmm.
remember that when I was over there for 2 years, they do a lot more running there, um, compared to here. So I don't know what the reason and stuff is for that, but it is what it is. Each country, each team does their own way of preseason stuff like that. Um, but yeah, especially in Australia, it's a lot more fitness based, a lot more running based. It's especially being hot and stuff or cold and stuff in preseason. Um, more like your fitness will get better as the season goes on because
Yeah,
you're playing in like 30-degree heat and
of
stuff like that.
course.
You get used to it and stuff like that. Um, so we actually had a game here, our second season game, where it was like almost 30 degrees here, and a lot of the players were complaining about the heat because they're not
Yeah,
used to it. It's
of
always
course.
during the season, it's always winter here.
Yeah,
So
and
they're
you're
used to it being
playing
cold, and then I'm playing in 30 degrees, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of
normal.
normal for me.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, yeah, they were like just blowing and stuff like that. Even I was blowing as well, but like I'm just like, yeah, it is what it is, and yeah. But here in Europe, it's a lot more ball focused, like with decision making and execution of pass and stuff like that. Um, sort of going forward with the ball as much as possible. Um, so yeah, that's obviously a bigger difference. But then again, like the intensity, I feel like is the same, if not Australia is sort of takes that sort of the lead in my opinion, to be honest. So
it's good to know. I
yeah,
think that means we're probably going in a sort of right direction there with our football and players like yourself that are moving on to Europe. It means that the league is funneling some pretty good players, especially after your season. Unforgettable, 15
Mm.
goals. Tell me if I missed the assist. I
16,
think it's 16 there. I missed one.
16.
See, I forgot the
Can't
Melbourne
forget
City
this.
goal. Yeah, 16. My bad. That's
That's it. There
terrible
you
from
go.
me. Got to
Yeah,
get my
that's
facts
right.
right. And what is it? Six
That's right.
assists or seven assists?
Six. It was
Six.
six. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Six.
22 goal contributions. And I think that's extremely impressive. Like, I look at the 16 goals and I think that's amazing, of course, as your job as a striker. But then I look at the
Yeah.
six assists and I think what's very underrated about your game is your unselfishness in front of goal. You've been able to find players in that position, but you're also lethal there. So talk to me about that season and sort of how did it go? Like, how do you think that you went? And obviously, where'd that come from in the sense that of your confidence and I guess continuing to score goals, like how you felt?
Yeah, obviously felt good scoring those goals. Obviously, it's over a long period of time, so it's like you got to be consistent
Mm,
week in, week out to get to that those sort of stats and stuff. Um, Obviously, each game is going to be different. Like some games you're not going to score for a good 3-4 games, and some games you'll score 5 goals in 3 games. So it's always like an up and down roller coaster. Anything can sort of happen. Um, but I mean, even at the start of the season, uh, like we didn't have the best of starts. You know what I mean? Like I was coming back from an injury from preseason or from the last season, and my whole preseason was just trying to get back to um, it was like or like rehab and stuff like that, trying to get back from that. So then essentially the season for me was like my preseason in a
mm-hmm.
way. So like my first 4 or 5 games, I was coming off the bench and stuff. Wasn't getting like too many opportunities and stuff like that, but I knew if I just perform well, just keep putting the work, um, that was eventually going to be starting stuff like that, and that's what we spoke about with the coach as well, with Eloisi. Um, we're going to have two up front, so obviously Basuki and then myself. While I was able to get match fitness up like properly and stuff like that, and bro, my first game where I started in that season against Adelaide for 60 minutes I played. The first half I was knackered, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like my legs felt so heavy. I was stuck in mud. I couldn't move. I was just like, this is killing me, man.
Yeah,
This is killing me. But the more games you sort of play, the more you get used to it and stuff like that. And so
yeah, for sure.
I feel like the turning point for that season for us was against Sydney FC when we beat them 4-3, I think it was, and we scored like the 87th minute to win it. Like previously before that, we had like a couple draws. I think we had one win, but then like draws and losses and stuff like that. So that was definitely a turning point. Then from there, started going on a roll and just obviously started winning games, game after game, and then we'll have like an odd sort of loss here and there, which was mainly against Melbourne City, I think.
Mm.
Like they were just that bogey team, man. Like they
Yeah,
just
they had that number. I think, yeah, that
yeah,
final. I know. If you were playing though, could have been a different game. And I'm still
could have been a
upset
different
that
game,
it
man.
wasn't at Ironbark Fields. I'm still a bit
I
dirty
know,
about
man.
how Melbourne City had two home games essentially. And yeah, it's a bit
Yeah, I
shame.
know, man.
Yeah,
I know. It's criminal, man. Like, cause it gives you an advantage, man. Like we're used to the environment. We train there and stuff like
didn't
that, so
lose a
it's a
game
bit
there
better.
either all season. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, we lost one game.
One game. Yeah.
I think it was against Auckland. We lost 2-0 there.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
That was your only
but
loss. I'm pretty sure.
I think that was the only loss. I
Yeah.
can't remember. Um, I think we had like a couple of draws and stuff, but majority were wins. Um, but yeah, no, going back to the season, it was good. Like I was just telling myself, like just enjoy it, enjoy every
Mhm.
moment. Don't like kind of overthink things. Like you're gonna score goals. You're gonna have games where you don't score goals. So it's just like just make sure you're in those right areas to score and stuff like that, which is what I made sure, and goal after goal, I just kept them coming, and you build that confidence when you score and stuff, and it was a knock on effect, I guess, and it
For
just
sure.
carried on and until the end of the season, and it was sort of a risk and stuff because it was the end of it was the last year of my contract, so obviously we'll kind of gone off a risk of like if like I'm hoping we don't get injured and stuff like that. And the club was talking to me about extending my contract, and
Yeah.
other teams overseas were offering contracts halfway through the season in the January transfer window. So I was like, do I go there and just like secure an extension for my contract and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So all those things were kind of in the back of my mind and stuff, and I want to make sure that we're going to do the right thing for that period of time. And then I just said, I'll stay in for the rest of the season because I knew I can score more goals here.
Yeah. For sure.
Was going to be the right decision, and I guess it was. So
Yeah. Talk to me about, you told
yeah,
me about the mid-season, your sort of mid-season move. You were close to making a move to second league Dutch
yeah,
competition during the
yeah.
mid-season, and give sort of an insight to, I guess, people listening and how the movements of professional football can be when you're about to sort of move and then the transfer that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's full on, man. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of people don't see this side of it.
Yeah.
They just see the side of he's playing, he's in he's doing what he loves, he gets paid, good amounts of money. But I'm like, it's not all that and stuff like that. Um, but with that situation, it was sort of brewing for like a month or two before that. Like a little bit, like there were some clubs here and there, but not like concrete and stuff like that. And then when the window did open, there was a couple teams from the second division of Netherlands and stuff. And so yeah, there was a team that wanted to sign me, and I was pretty keen on going. I think I was going to go, and then I think their next weekend game they got an injured player, so then majority of their money had to be spent on that position. So
Hmm.
then they didn't have enough money to buy out me and stuff like that, pay the club for myself, and then obviously for my wages. So then um, that team was kind of done with, and then there was another team um, where things just didn't work out with the transfer and stuff like that. And then there was another team um, where trying to remember how it went again. It was like they were ready to sort of pay for the transfer and stuff like that. And at the moment, like at the time, you sort of get a sense for knowing if this club's going to be the right club or not. So I was like, in my mind, in my gut feeling, I just like, it just didn't feel right, I guess. So I was like,
Yeah.
and to be honest, it was like 2 days before the window closed.
Yeah.
So it almost felt like, oh, we were just like rushing
Yeah. You had
to get
everything
things
packed,
done.
didn't you? Like all your stuff ready to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, pretty much. So like,
Yeah.
took everything out of the locker in the club, packed all my suitcases in where I was staying at the house and stuff like that, and all my clothes was like all in suitcases. Everything was like at the door, ready to go and stuff like that. Um, and then like things just had to get sorted, like my passport, like Croatian passport,
Yeah.
had to get sorted, and it was like a really small time frame to get things sort of done, and I just feel like uh, it was too rushed in a way,
Mm,
in a sense.
totally.
So we thought, like we don't think it's going to be the right decision, so we'll just uh, play the rest of this season, and obviously, hopefully, everything goes to plan, which thankfully it did.
For sure.
Um, but yeah, that's just the sort of the other side of football, I guess. Like
Yeah.
anything can happen
Of
within
course. It's
2-3 days, man.
it's
Like even
crazy.
one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I know of a lot of conversations we had, especially off
mm,
like the pitch and stuff, saying that you never know when you can move, you could leave to like Europe in the next day or so, or anything
exactly.
can happen random. It's crazy. Just a funny one for me when you sort of got rid of your stuff in West United, unpacked, and when you came back, did you sort of do the Jordan Belfort, Leonardo DiCaprio, Wolf of Wall Street when you came in, saying I'm not leaving?
No, man, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it, but like, um, there were like a couple players like that did see like my locker was empty and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like obviously they had like a feeling oh potentially could leave and stuff like that, but they didn't know like it was confirmed and stuff.
yeah,
Uh, and they asked me, is like when they saw me like repacking my locker and stuff like that, they kind of had like a smile on their faces.
yeah,
In a way, they were like, oh, I'm glad he's not leaving and stuff like that. So I was like, what? Like the boys didn't have any uh sort of hate against me for like not wanting to go overseas because
yeah.
they understand the
Of
situation and
course.
stuff like that. They're footballers.
Yeah,
They know what it's like and stuff. So which is good. So
yeah.
made me feel like
Different
not as guilty.
circumstances. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
there's different
exactly
circumstances. Not as guilty to if I did go there, I'd be letting him down and stuff like
for sure.
that.
Yeah,
Uh, but I guess that's just football, man.
of
Like
course.
these things can happen,
Yeah,
and
you truly made it
you
up anyway.
just gotta, yeah, you
Yeah,
just gotta deal with it and play through it, and it is what it is.
that's it. That's it. And you made it up to them. You were talking about the first game against Adelaide United, where you said you were
Hmm.
struggling and you got cramps,
Yeah,
and then the last game you played against Adelaide United was a completely different story. I was there at the game.
yeah,
Unbelievable
massive, man.
performance. I think it was 2 goals, and I'm trying not to be biased, but they put a hat trick, and obviously we take that. You'll
I
take
gave a
that.
hat trick, man. I'm
Yeah,
taking the hat trick.
yeah.
It's
How was it? How's it feeling in a final too? Pretty
yeah,
sure youngest
no,
ever to score a hat trick in a final, or there was some
I
record
don't know.
on the lines of that.
I think in a final there's like 5 players that have scored a hat trick.
Yeah,
Youngest, I'm not too sure. I could be.
yeah. It's
I
an
can't
elite list though.
remember.
Elite company. Who was it? Like Archie Thompson's one.
Jason Cummings
Yes,
was another one. He scored in the final against Sydney.
yes. I remember that.
Um, the 2 others I can't remember.
Yeah, Marisha was
Can't
probably
remember
would have
who
been
it was.
one.
Could have been.
Yeah,
Could have been. Not surprised. Even McLaren could have been one. I can't
yeah,
remember. Um, but yeah, no, it was a good feeling. It was a close game, man. Tight game, 3-2. The atmosphere was really good. Like it was a night game as well. That's what you want, late game, and
yeah.
especially being at Ironbark, it just helps when we're playing there. We're used to playing there, training there, and it's just you feel at home there. Um, so yeah, those goals are just again, like I said, I was just doing my job to make sure I was in those right areas. Ball just falls to me, I was like, all right, just get a quick shot off and stuff like that, and they win it. The third goal really kind of baffled me a little bit because I almost felt like the keeper was like, on FIFA where you can like move your keeper left and
Yeah,
right and stuff like that,
yeah.
and I felt like the keeper was just like his positioning looked a
Off.
bit
Yeah, it
odd.
was. It was
It
quite
looked a
off.
bit off. Like it's almost like he moved his joystick to his right and just opened up the near post, and I'm just like. Wait a minute. Is he like trying to bluff me or something? Like he's
Yeah,
trying to anticipate, like he's trying to make me go that way.
yeah,
But that wasn't like the case. His positioning just wasn't good in general.
yeah,
So I was like, all right, this near post is open. Let me just go for it.
yeah,
And I shoot, and like the ball where it hits the net, it like hits the middle of the goal. So it wasn't
yeah.
even like heaps far to that near side, and it still went in. I was just like, all right,
You take it if it's
I'll
on
take
target
it.
all
I'll
day.
I'll take it. I'll
Yeah,
take it. It is what it is. But yeah, no, it was first professional hat trick. It was got the ball and stuff back in Sydney.
nice.
Um, so yeah, got it signed by all the players and stuff, which is nice. So yeah, hopefully many more of those.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well, and keeping on
Mm.
that journey as well.
Just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for tuning into another episode of the Huddle Within podcast. If you do enjoy episodes like this, or this episode specifically, be sure to leave a comment and a 5-star review wherever you do get your podcasts. It'd be also great if you could like and subscribe wherever you do get your podcasts, so we can continue to show this out to people that see sports exactly the way that you do. But without further ado, let's get straight back into it.
Before I sort of get into what I really want to talk about, I do want to have to sort of mention this. I know we've probably spent 36 minutes not mentioning it, but just for the basis of sort of people listening on. And I guess we know
Yeah,
about the unfortunate news of Western United not being, I guess, their license renewed, but they still have a chance to sort of, I guess, get their license back. And there might be a potential chance for an appeal of a new owner coming in. I know you're not playing there anymore, but just wanted to sort of get your feelings on it, and if anyone's could have
yeah,
reached out to you on that as well.
yeah. It's sad to hear, man. Like
Yeah.
it's um the the sad thing about it is like a lot of people are like, I've got a couple messages, but like they understand the situation. Like obviously, I had no idea this was gonna happen and stuff like that, but a lot of people are like, oh, lucky you left the club.
Mm,
You didn't sign another contract for next season. Stuff like that. Like I'm not sure if I'm looking at it like a bad sort of compliment or like a good thing, like saying like, oh, lucky you did leave because you potentially couldn't be playing
mm,
at all. Um, but again, like just for me personally, like I feel like it's just God's timing. You know what I mean? Like he's
mm.
put me in the situation where I'm able to go overseas and stuff like that and take this opportunity, which I have. But then on the other hand, it's unfortunate to see that they are in this position because I played there for like majority of my professional career,
Yeah,
4 years. So
yeah,
it's hard to see the team that you played for not potentially could get liquefied and potentially go bankrupt and stuff like that. But I've been speaking to a couple of the players there. Just what's happening, what's going on. Even they're like unsure. Like he's saying, the coach doesn't know as well. Like a lot of stuff isn't um, being fed back to them. I guess until they know for sure concrete information. When they
mhm,
receive it, then they'll know. Um, but I mean, it's good to see that they're still sort of training and keeping their heads high. Even against the game against FC, uh, you know, with all these things going on, they're still able to push through and play and, um, in my opinion, hopefully not let that get to them. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
for
Just
sure.
play their way. But it's unfortunate for players like Garuccio and Jaden Kachalski, new players. They're not able to be registered and play because initially I thought, why aren't they playing this FC game? And then obviously when this information and stuff came out, then I was like, oh okay. I remember there being a ban for a year and a half where they can't sign or play players that they initially signed and stuff
So
like
they
that.
No, like not even previous players that are out of contract. They can't re-sign them.
So any new players that were signing new contracts,
Oh wow! So the existing ones that were like up for contract.
no, only new players that like
Okay.
their contracts were running out for that
Okay.
season and they had to sign new contracts,
Okay.
they
Yeah.
can't play. But if
Damn.
if if it was like just contract extensions,
Okay.
then I think they could still play until their previous contract would run out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
if you
makes sense.
still had a year left on your contract and you sign another 2 year extension, so you're there for 3 years all up, you
Yeah.
can still play that year
Totally.
until that new contract is signed. I think
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but that's just kind of how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like man, I'm praying everything works well for them, and it was a bit unfortunate. Like they had a plan together. They had an agency and a group, American group,
Mm.
coming in, and that would have been a big help with their getting out of this situation where new ownership and stuff like that. They had got money, but then unfortunately, I think it was the APL. They just didn't like approve and accept it. They thought that it was not going to be good for the league. That they just come in there. They were going to be focused on the football aspect of itself. Like they thought they were just coming in looking at it from a business
Mm.
point of view,
Yeah.
in a sense, and I guess the APL just didn't feel like that was the right way about going and right fit for them and for the league, I guess,
Yeah.
which is a bit unfortunate. Um,
Sure.
because they're in this situation now, puts them in this situation now where
Mm.
they're having to appeal and potentially find other potential buyers. So hopefully there is a buyer out there that's going to buy them.
Yeah.
Um, and and it's unfortunate for the players there and the staff as well there. Like they could potentially lose jobs. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And just where they're going to go from there and stuff. So
Exactly.
it's just I'm praying everything works out for them. And like I'm not sure if you heard, but like the appeal they said was happening Friday, which was like
Yeah.
yesterday.
And they're gonna have a
Yeah.
result today. I don't even know. I haven't checked if there's any news, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing in the next couple of days there should
Yeah.
be
I'm gonna have a look right
hopefully
now.
some.
Actually,
Yeah,
imagine like a
that's right.
live outcome we get on this. On this.
Probably like as soon as you look it up, it just pops up right there, just like bang the
Yeah.
first thing.
Well, I will talk about sort of because I've been seeing online. Oh, there's nothing, no update as of yet. But I'm probably expecting to see one very soon because they've lodged the appeal officially. A lot of
Yeah.
people are saying like the club was destined to fail and all that to begin with because they shouldn't have got the license. But I live in the Melbourne Western suburbs, so I'm someone that's been a local living in the
Mm.
West my whole life. I can't say I'm the most like diehard A League supporter or football Australian supporter out there. But what I can safely say about the club of Western United, whatever issues or financial hardships they're going through right now, the long term sort of project and kind of aspirations that they had, I think were a great sort of idea and vision because you've got an
Exactly.
emerging Western suburbs and people don't know Melbourne Western suburbs is probably one of the biggest emerging suburbs in the world,
Yeah. Yeah.
honestly across the whole world in terms of the growth and
Mm.
whatnot, and definitely in Australia too. And the opportunity to have a football club there, and if they were to create a new stadium, opens up that. And people don't like it, the business opportunity, but there's a chance for that to be a new CBD or a hub where people from the West
Exactly.
can sort of commute to there, and it can start with football and football. Having advanced stadiums can sort of grow that, and you have a community there. So for now, they
It can
probably
bring
don't get
people together.
fans. Exactly. They could have fans in the future. Like the world's going to keep going. Like in this is how clubs get formed. Australia's a young country. They might be struggling right now, but let's say 50, 60 years down the track, we might have a western suburbs of maybe a 3, 4 million population, and then the football
Mm.
develops and gets better. Like clubs like Borussia Dortmund, and Germany is a bigger country than us, were going through financial struggles as well. And Bayern Munich had
Mm.
to bait them out. And it frustrates me that no one really sees that and understand that there is more of
Yeah.
a long term gain. And it's sad. You don't like whatever it is. It's a professional club. You don't want it to go down. You don't want professional clubs to stop being part
Of
of
course not.
professional leagues. Like whatever situation
No.
it is, any sport. So it's kind of my 2 cents on it.
Yeah. Like even I was going to touch on with the Borussia Dortmund sort of financial stuff. Even Leon. I think
They went down a division.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
they had don't know the full story, but I think like PSG, like their financials and stuff like that weren't doing the best, and League On were potentially saying, oh, if you're not able to sort of pay out these finances and stuff like that, that you have to get relegated to uh, Division Two and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and I think their deal for Barcola when he got sold to PSG was like in installments. So like every year they were getting a certain amount and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So the good thing was, and I respect it so much from PSG, they paid out their installment in full for the next, 3 years or whatever it
Yeah.
would be. So then it give Leon those finances to be able to stay up in League One. So
Totally.
obviously it's happened. Like I said, it happens in all over Europe and stuff like that as well. So it's yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, like you were saying, for that Western community, I think it was a long term project.
Yeah.
Like the club would be talking to us. The chairman Jason would be, uh, talking to us about the vision of what they want to take the club into. The area, I think, in the next 5 to 10 years would be a big sort of council hub area. Like I think they
Yep.
said within the next 5 10 years, 500 half a mil people would be, potentially moving out there with how potential housing and
Oh,
stuff
for
like
sure.
that,
It's
and
growing massively here.
and schools and you know parks and stuff like that for families and stuff to grow. And then obviously that being around the football stadium, it give them a reason to sort of support a team and get behind the team and hopefully potentially grow the club. So that was the plan and stuff like that. And you can see it here in Europe and stuff. Like even when you go to England, the stadiums where they're located, it's not like
City. It's in
uh
the neighborhoods.
exactly. It's in the
Yeah.
neighborhoods. It's got housing and stuff
Yeah.
like around it. So
Yeah.
it's built around the community. Even though like football's been around a lot longer than Australia has, but that's just I feel like that's how we have to sort of that's the direction we have to go in. You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
Build a
I
club
agree.
around
Yeah.
that community that instead of just starting. You know what I mean? So it's a tough one.
I sort of 100% agree with you because I think going to the city can be a bit of a drag for families, especially like taking their kids there, needing to take the train, or if they're driving, finding
Mm.
parking. You're in combat with other things that are going on in the city, especially we've got AFL in Melbourne, NRL in obviously New South Wales and Queensland. Other
Yeah,
sports are playing at the same time. And it's what I like about NPL as well. If you're living like 10 minutes up the road, you can just drive there. And the only sole purpose of your travel is for football. And that's where people are going to be congregating. So it kind of gives you that feel. And it happens, like you said, around the world, even especially in England. They're all in like random streets. Like you could have a
exactly.
football stadium 2 minutes away from your house, and it sort of creates that environment, and
Yeah,
it makes our sport very unique, and it's built off history.
exactly.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a shame. It's a shame that Western United's obviously at this stage losing their license, but we do pray for them. And I think the only limelight that I have is that, and you don't have to comment on this, but you are technically the club's longest or most goals, and I could potentially finish that way. But that's
that's
probably
true,
be
man.
me being insensitive, and
That's
yeah,
it's true. That's like it is true.
yeah,
But it's yeah,
it's more than that
the
for sure, of
50-50
course.
one. Yeah, it's more than
Yeah,
that. Like it's
yeah,
a hard one to sort of have emotions and stuff
yeah,
about it.
of course.
But going back to the license and stuff with Western, I'm not sure if the whole club itself, their license is potentially being stripped away, or if it's just the owner Jason of him having the license to be able to own that club in the A
Okay,
League
okay,
is what I've heard. So I think if they do get buyers and stuff like that and new ownership, then they've still got that license to be able to play in the A League and stuff like that. I
for
don't know if
sure.
that's 100% sure, um, but I think that's what the situation is,
Yeah.
to be
Well,
honest. So
well,
don't quote me on it, but yeah,
let's hope that's good. That's a good sort of silver lining.
that's what I mean.
Hopefully,
I hope
yeah,
that's the case for the club.
for sure.
So
Someone can come in
yeah,
and buy it, and they can start playing A League games again. But we'll
yeah,
move on.
exactly.
I wanted to talk about obviously you scored a lot of goals in the A League last season, and something that I really wanted to bring up on this, and I guess it's your faith. It's something that I think goes really under the radar. We know in all your press conferences, you always mention your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We're always seeing sort of you doing the cross sign or pointing up to the sky, and I suppose that's for obviously thanking God for your moment and whatnot. And I do take my faith quite seriously. It's how we met as well, so it's something that is really important to me and very important to you guys. Noah is a very faithful and devoted man. Apart from his football, he's very dedicated to his faith,
I
and
try to be.
that's stunning.
I try to
Yeah,
be.
yeah, we all do. We're not perfect, and that's the thing that
No, of course
I
not.
guess
Of
we want to
course not.
know. But it's great to see because obviously someone at your age being close to God and whatnot, and I guess that's an inspiration for kids as well. Looking forward to say that you can be a football player and still believe in God and stuff, and it's pretty amazing. Talk to me how I guess that's sort of impacted you and how that how much that means to you and that support as well when you're on the pitch.
Yeah, it's impacted me massively. Like especially from the last season. Like it's for my whole life. It hasn't been like since I was younger. Like we used to like we're Catholic and stuff like that. We used to go to church, like normal Sunday church and stuff like that. But we didn't sort of, as a family, we didn't look too much into and how important it is. Like we go to church Sundays. We go to church on Easter's and Christmas and stuff like that, and we'd gather around and stuff like that. But we didn't know the the true importance of those events. You know what I mean? And how
Mhm.
much they meant. It's only recently in the past couple of years we've actually started, like we, including myself and my family, started really opening our eyes to it. With certain research and stuff like that, and specifically my dad, he's
Mhm.
like, big on like this stuff, like knowing past history with this and doing researches and listening to videos about faith and stuff like that and different events that have happened. So I get a lot of my information from him,
Yeah.
which has been helpful. And then obviously just also doing my own research and stuff like that. But it's been huge for me, um, especially for the past couple years. It's more so happened since after COVID. Like that's kind of, and I'm sure it's a lot of people. It's like
Yeah.
opened their eyes
Mhm.
um, to everything really. But yeah, in every situation, I always, um, give glory to him because again, like he can just from the research and the evidence and stuff like that, and just from faith and stuff like that, and you see the sort of impact it's had on people's lives. You hear sort of different testimonies and videos uh, about what people have gone through, what they've experienced, and you just feel like this. It's not just like nothing has just come from nothing. You know what I
Mm,
mean? We're all here for a reason.
for sure.
Um, we're all here for a purpose, and God's given that purpose to each and every one of us, and it's up to us to try and find and stuff like that. And obviously, with me through football, um, I try and give that same purpose and drive for Him. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like we spoke about this before, like wanting to be like, oh, is there something more like that we have to do? Like even like we said, potentially coming like priests and stuff like that.
mm.
Remember we spoke about this?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Or
I do
like, oh, is
remember.
there some like, is there a specific reason like we're on this earth like to be closer with God? Like a lot of people say, or like do we go into sort of priesthood? Is that how we're going to be
Yeah,
closer with God?
is
But
that the only outlet? It's like that's how you
is that
feel
the only
sometimes
outlet?
when you're the only
But
one that's faithful. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But I'm like, is that the main reason how you can be faithful? But I'm like, there's so many other reasons and other ways. Like I feel like you can do that through your job and what you do in life. Um, like I always say that God's given you a talent for a reason and to not
Hmm.
waste it. And obviously, that talent is for me is being football.
Yeah.
So I always look at it in a way that how do I glorify Him through football? And obviously, that's with um, you know praying before games and stuff like that, doing the sign of the cross. Um, asking for strength and for healing during games and obviously after interviews, glorifying him and so that it sort of gets out there where, potentially kids can see that and they sort of inspire that, which hopefully brings them closer to God.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the kind of way I look at it. Like I've got a story where, not really a story, but like when I was at Western last year, there was a family that came up to me after one of the games, and she said she was with her kids. She's got two kids, boy and a girl, and she ended up saying, like because of you and uh, like my kids and stuff, they see you pray during the games and stuff, and after the games, and it's brought them closer to wanting to
Amazing.
pray as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that just puts a smile to my face. I'm able to bring others closer to God through what I'm doing, and that's the most important thing in my
100%.
opinion.
And that's your mission. So as you said before,
Exactly,
obviously
man.
as young Catholics, we always feel like we need to hit that priesthood or sort of go above and beyond to really share that faith. And I think you're doing it on a platform where many thousands of people, and if not in the future, hopefully millions of people are seeing that. And that's a journey in itself. And that's something that I think you're put on this earth to do. And it's amazing to see as a mate and as
Hopefully,
someone
man.
that's close. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, that's what I'm trying to do. But obviously, like we said before, not everyone's perfect. Obviously,
100%.
I'll be the first to put my hand up and say that. Um, there's always at times where you have doubts in certain situations and stuff like that, and like recently with football, getting knocked out in certain tournaments and stuff,
Yep,
in certain cups and qualifiers, um, and then obviously you start to get frustrated and angry with that. But I always just say like it's in God's hand.
for sure.
Just put all that stress. I ask that He takes that away from me,
Hmm.
and it just puts me in a more calm state and at peace with a lot of things, and that's how we're sort of in different situations and hard times. I'm able to sort of get through that
Yeah,
in a way.
amen,
So
amen to that.
yeah,
It's amazing. And Ballers of God had a feature on there, which is amazing. Had that sort of
yeah,
feel
that
for
was
you
during the
seeing
hat
that.
trick. That was during the hat trick.
Yeah,
Uh, uh,
big page
I
by the
think
way. But for those that don't know, about 300,000 odd people. Obviously, it's a page where people are posting athletes like Noah, especially footballers that are very devoted and faithful to them. So give them a follow for sure if you're someone that wants to see professionals that do this, because there's a lot that talk about their faith and they share that to the world, and that's something that I think gets really unnoticed in culture and sort of media as well. So Botic was
yeah,
another feature. So yeah, talk to me about that.
massively. Like I saw it. Like I saw it on Instagram. Like they posted it, and I thought, oh, well, this is mad. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they're always
Yeah,
posting about. I always see like the players from Crystal Palace, like because they
yeah.
got a massive. They're big into their faith. A lot of their players,
Community
especially
Shield, FA Cup wins for a reason, I would say.
that's
We've
what I
got it
mean,
for
man.
me, yeah.
You know, like see what I mean? Like
Yeah.
anything when you've got God on your side, anything is possible, man.
Yeah.
Like who did they beat in the FA Cup?
They
Was it?
beat Man City, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there you
No,
go. They beat City, and then in the Community Shield they beat Liverpool. And they're two
yeah.
top English teams, two giants, and they
I don't
go
think it was
into.
City. I might have been wrong. I have to double check that and verify it. But you keep going, and
I
I'll.
think it was City. I think it
Okay.
was City. Um, but yeah, see what I mean? Two big giants, English giants, and they go on and beat them.
Yes, it was
And
City.
it's I think that's just through having faith and belief in God that to give them the strength to do that and stuff like that. And when they're together as a team and united by one strong belief, um, anything's possible. So
Yeah.
it's really really wholesome and amazing to see.
Yeah. And also, you obviously being on there with those guys is quite is no steep feat either. So, yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
awesome too.
no, it's pretty cool, but it's nah, it's sick.
It's great. And anyone in your new team that's sort of into the faith or whatnot, have you really spoken about it with sort of the new guys there?
Here I haven't really opened up or asked anyone really about it. There is actually another player. He doesn't speak much English,
Yep.
but there is another player that's big into his faith as well. Like he's got a you know, ballers is it ball? I think it's Ballers in God. They do like merchandise
Mm-hmm.
for like shin pads,
Yeah.
different like socks and stuff like that. Um, so I actually saw him. He's got a pair of shin pads as well, and he's got a
Nice.
pair of kind of like, you know, players put like a
Yeah.
white
Tape.
tape around their arms. And so Ballers in God did one where they've got their symbol and branding
Mm.
on that sort of tape and stuff, and he's got like a roll of that tape and stuff. So yeah, no, that's nice to see.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, everyone that's watching Australia this season, look out for Noah when he scores. Him doing a points to the sky or sign of the cross, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna always happen every time he steps on the pitch for sure.
That's it, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Always,
Yeah,
always.
and how you feeling about the season? Obviously, we spoke a bit about the end of
Mm.
the start of the season not being the best, but how you feeling kind of going into it? Where are your expectations with this group and sort of your own personal expectations as well?
Good. Expectations for myself, are not like really high because I'm obviously like it's a new season, new country, new football. It's obviously be nice to score as many goals as possible, but I'm not gonna have you know, put my head down or put myself down if I don't hit a certain limit.
Hmm.
Like I just want to play the best football that I possibly can, help my team as much as I can. Um, uh, you know, to hopefully win the league. They came so close last year to winning the season. They were like, uh, I think they were like a win off. Like it was the last game of the season. They were 2-1 up, and if they won that game, then they would have won. And then they
Damn,
conceded in like the last minute. So then
that
they drew
hurts.
that game, and then just didn't have enough points
Yeah,
to win it and stuff, which is gut wrenching. Um, but yeah, no, like expectations are high for this season. Obviously, coming back from almost winning it last season um, as a team. But yeah, like I said, we haven't had the best of starts. But I mean, that's same thing happened when I was at Western United. We didn't have the best of starts until the FC game, and then that's when things turned around. And then we ended up coming third and making the semis. So yeah, like I said, anything's possible. And obviously with Austria Vienna being one of the biggest clubs in Austria, a lot of eyes and attention and stuff is going to be on these games and stuff.
yeah,
Um, so hopefully, like the main issue is that we all stick together as a team and not sort of start pointing fingers at you know players and stuff like that and calling players out because then that will just only divide us. So
yeah, for sure.
you always got to, especially in the team sport, you got to stay together even when things are going bad, because then eventually you'll get out of that hole eventually, and that's just kind of football and how it goes.
100%, 100%. And explain to me sort of how the Austrian league works. It's hella confusing. Like I know they
Bro,
sort of, is
same.
it like top
Don't worry, man.
six, top six, and then there's like a
Bro,
bottom six, and there's like a
I got
tournament.
ya.
Yeah, tell me,
I
please.
got ya.
It's
I got
so
ya.
cooked.
So before I came as well, I was looking as well, and I was just as confused as you were.
Yeah,
I was like, this doesn't make any sense. There's
yeah.
like a full team. There's like a table, and then it splits off, and I'm like what's going on here? Yeah. There's 12 teams in the league, and so you verse each team twice. So which makes up 22 games, obviously, and then out of those 22 games, whatever position you finish. So obviously, if it's top six, then you go into the championship table,
It's like
and then
NBA, so like a playoffs. Like you get seeded.
yeah, you sort of get seeded in a way,
Yeah.
but it's but there's after the playoffs, like after the season, once you're like in those seeds, it's like not knockout games. You know what
Yeah,
I
it's
mean?
like
It's
another,
still a table in its own, like of itself.
yeah. So
So
after
then
22
once
games,
you get
it's, yeah.
yeah, after 22 games, you get split off.
Hmm.
So let's say we do make the top six. In that top six, you verse each team twice again.
Okay.
So then it's pretty much just a fight for the title, essentially. So your main objective in the first 22 games is to make top 6, be as high as possible, obviously. And then for the next 10 games, then you're just versing teams in your top 6 group, essentially.
How many groups? There's 2 groups?
There's 2 groups. So then there's top
Okay.
6 and there's the bottom 6.
Okay.
So then the bottom 6 are versing the other 5 teams that are in that
And who
bottom
gets
6 as
relegated?
well.
Bottom 2 gets relegated?
I don't know if it's bottom 2. I know it's at least 1. I think it's just 1.
Okay.
Because I know 1 team gets promoted.
Okay.
So
That's
it's just
pretty
1.
interesting.
Yeah. So I think they do that in the Netherlands as well.
Mm-hmm.
That I've heard. I think potentially when I was going to go over there in January, like I said, so I looked at that, and then before I came here, I saw it and I was like, yeah, I was confused as well. But
Yeah.
so yeah, overall it's 32 games, so I guess a little bit more than the A League, which is obviously good. But yeah, that's how it works. It's completely different to any other league that I'm used to, like the Premier League or Spanish League, French League,
For
German
sure.
League. I think it's just a way to get more games in.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
And make big games too,
with,
like
with
the top 6. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like especially with only 12 teams in the league, so it's just a way to get more games in and stuff. And I think it's a good concept.
Yeah. It reminds me of like, could you imagine like the top 6 in the Premier League, like the big 6 going at it in this playoff? Like how cool would that be? I know they'll never do it, but
that's
yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like it just splits off into like 3 different groups. You got like a mid-table, like a top 6,
relegation.
bottom 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it only works with a smaller amount of clubs in a league.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? Like if it's a 20 team league, then it's a bit more difficult. But I think it's perfect for a smaller league like Austria.
Yeah, 100%. Well, before we sort of wrap it up, we've obviously talked about your career, your faith, your personal, all that type of jazz. But I do want to sort of quickly touch on Premier League. Excited, obviously, from this recording. Only 1 game's happened, but the Premier League's starting. Suppose you'll be watching a bit. We're both United fans. Probably keep that quiet.
I'm gonna be watching so many now because it's at perfect times.
Yeah,
it's not like
I
I'm
remember
waking
when I
up
was
at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m. It's gonna
Yeah.
be like prime time here, so I'm excited about that. And that's just not just with the Premier League, with any league as well.
Yeah.
League, any sort of football, Europa League, Champions League, Spanish League,
it's
German
exciting.
League. So and I've got I've actually got a sort of an app where someone's helped me. It's like a yearly thing. You pay $150, but you're able to get any channel from around the world that you wanna watch.
That's cool.
Football.
Yeah.
I can watch channels from Australia. I can watch channels from the UK, from the US, any sport, any channel, documentaries, movies, series. So it was like the best thing, man. So like yesterday we watched Liverpool versus Bournemouth, which was an unreal game.
Yeah.
Perfect time, 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And just popped it on one of the UK channels and started watching it.
Yeah. I got Semenyo in my like Supercoach draft because Supercoach is they've got Premier League for Supercoach now. So
really?
It's really cool. So now I got Semenyo and he dropped me like 23 points and I'm currently leading the league. It's quite early, but
he's underrated, man. Like
he's so good.
He's good, man. Like he's so powerful.
Yeah.
He's massive, man. Like you can't get the ball off players like that, man. Like
For
he's
sure.
just explosive, big as well. But fair play to him scoring 2 goals. I thought they were going to come back, man.
Yeah, they were close.
And then I just got a lucky drop to him. It was a good finish, but it would have been interesting to see them lose that game.
Yeah, for sure. I know you're probably not turning on the Australian channel to watch your Essendon Bombers.
And talk to me about that, man. I was actually watching. I was at training, man. I was watching. One of the players asked me, like, "What are you watching?" I go, "AFL," and they go, "What's this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a sport in Australia."
Yeah.
And I was teaching him the basic rules, and he's watching. He's looking at like, "What the hell kind of a sport is this, man?"
Yeah.
Like,
you didn't introduce them to a good game. Not a good team to introduce them to, the Bombers, unfortunately.
No, it was just the only game that was on, I guess. But mate, we'll turn it around. Don't worry. We had a long list of injuries this season.
Yes.
Again, we've always got big expectations at the beginning of each season, and then just I don't know, we got like some curse on us, man. Like something, everything was just not going our way. We got so many debutants, making their appearances and stuff like that. But hopefully things turn around, man. I don't know. But
They're
Collingwood,
competing.
they've mate, you know what? I feel like Collingwood in their situation, some Collingwood fans, I'll give this to them, that they don't admit the situation they're in is a dire one, because it's like, I don't know, man. Like a couple of games, then a little
At the t-
downward slope.
at the time of this recording, once this is over, we've got Adelaide Crows right after this. That's
That's what
going
I mean,
straight on
man.
the TV, and we're going to win that game. I'm calling it now. We will win that game.
Where's that game at?
It's
Is it in
at Adelaide
Adelaide?
Oval. We haven't lost there in 10. We haven't lost to Adelaide in 10 matches, the last 10 we've played, and we have the best record at Adelaide Oval. So I'm fully confident that the Pies are going to turn around tonight. Maybe it's my bias, but I'm
I
telling
don't
you,
know,
we're going to
man.
get
But
it done.
Adelaide Pros, man, they're top of the league. They're a
We're
good team.
getting it done. I don't
You
care.
never know,
I'm
man.
delusional like that.
You never know.
Yeah.
What time's that game on?
About 10 minutes from now, to be honest. So if you have
Okay,
time, you
there
might
you
be able
go.
to watch it on your
Yeah,
new
well,
$150 multi-channel TV that you got
that's it,
going.
man. Bro, you gotta get it, man. It's honestly unreal.
Yeah.
It's so good, man. Like, just get rid of every channel
Yeah.
and just get this thing.
We'll have a
And
behind the
it's,
scenes. We'll have a behind the scenes chat about it after this
yeah,
for
there you
sure
go.
about it. But
Fun.
yeah, it's been a great episode, Noah. It's been a pleasure having you on. I know we've been meaning to have this call or this podcast episode for a long time, and I know you have a
Yeah, a couple
really
weeks now.
busy.
Yeah, like I said, just a couple weeks now, man. It's been hectic here, so
Yeah. So I really appreciate you taking the time out of, yes, your busy schedule, being in a new country, in a new club, and to come on and jump on the huddle. And I really hope the best for you this season. I'm obviously going to be watching very heavily. I'm meaning to come to Europe soon, hopefully by the end of the year. So we'll definitely try to come to Vienna and come watch a game for sure. So yeah,
man,
excited for your
100%.
journey. God will be there for you, of course. And yeah, thank you so much for getting on again.
No worries, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
So that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Huddle Within podcast. I appreciate you for tuning in and being part of this community where we go beyond the game and into what really matters. If this episode resonated with you, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who sees sports just the way that we do. And hey, I'd love to hear from you. Connect with me on my social medias, which will be linked below. Send in your thoughts and even be part of a future episode. Until next time, keep that passion alive, stay in the huddle, and remember, it's always deeper than the game. Cheers.